Hello, 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 hello. Can you hear my voice? Hello. Yeah, we are going to get started with this course and hope you can hear my voice and see my screen. Yeah, I'm not sure if the internet connection is fine or not. Please help to check. Yeah, our full show will get started in within about 2 minutes, so you can just prepare and of course waiting for the course get started. And today I'm going to share quite a lot of different lights to you. Hello, hello, hello. So I think uh, time's are ready and let's directly get started. Okay. So good afternoon, everyone. This is Jackie again, and welcome to the class. Today I'm going to show you some of the ways to create or just to do some simple modification to our light and the light source. So in order to light up the entire internal area, even outside area, we need not only the sunlight but also some of the artificial lights. And today I'm going to show you some of the ways to create that. Sometimes it's easy, but sometimes some of the constructions, a different component of the light strip, light source, and even to control the light color temperature or some more index. Maybe there are quite a lot of choices. Okay, quite a lot of choices for you to bring the light, bring the luminance to the entire indoor space. So today I'm going to show you some of the ways. Maybe some is due to our tool functions or some of the light product itself, but some more maybe will highly rely on your operation to create a model, to create some of the construction, even they are combined together with the finishings or the finisher, okay, furniture or finishings. So today I'm going to show you that. And of course, here from very beginning, you see, today I'm directly get started with some of the analyzing related to our tool logic. These are the entire tool logic map, right? We got the floor plan, decor, and render. And the question it comes, so what functions can provide the light, including light effect? What kind of the functions? Actually, today we have so many. You see, just directly get started with the decoration. What kind of function that they can provide a light effect to our resource. Even sometimes we don't have the light effect. Sometimes I will just likely get started with this kind of a very simple scenario. Sometimes the model doesn't contain the light anymore. So I want to have the light. So how can I do that? So from very beginning here, I give you the answer directly. In total, from the decoration, we have actually three different ways. The first, in finishes, we can use the ceiling wall editor to create our light strip, right? Including light through as well. Yeah, that's the some very basic, and I think most of you already learned some of it during your uh, basic lessons, basic practicing. You know that. Yeah, and the second, don't forget actually for furniture or as the 3D model. The 3D model sometimes it does contain the basic light, okay, but this will also contain with the different scenario. For example, sometimes like the standing lights, the standing lamp, it, it actually doesn't contain the light bulb, right? It's no light bulb inside, but still you want to have the light effect. How can we do that? And even for this time, I want to make it really looking naturally or looking vivid. Yeah, so this will also relate to our basic operations, even related to our real-time material editor. We can use that function to create something. So for the general or advanced user, you can see here, we have also not only from the material itself, but material and component. Today, I'm going to show you some of the ways to create, but mainly still related to the ceiling part. And also, don't forget, we do have our options in kitchen and bath or the custom furnitures, like the wardrobe, the light strip inside that. If you want to get a quick result of the, for example, the vertical board or the baseboard that you'd have the panel with the light strip inside the groove or the embed light. You can also use the kitchen and bath and custom furnitures. Don't just try to directly use those customized lights manually to do that. You just need to do some checkings. It's not very a kind of a very big practicing or the using way. I'm going to show you this. And the final thing is the custom modeling. Of course, this is related to our creation. Today, I'm going to show you one or two cases that really with the excellent skills, and then you can try your effort and to have the excellent result. Okay, and also finally, don't forget the render here. The final step, we also have the customized light. Okay, this will be helpful for most of your cases, but I'm going to also share some of the index, basic setting index for you. Yeah, you can try to, you can bring those numbers back to your cases, and then you can try one or two. Okay, so these are the first analyzing for the logic. You have so many ways. Yeah, you have so many ways to do the practice. Okay, and then talking about some of the very from the very beginning, we have the very basic, the light resource. You see, actually, if you are having this from, you see, from the normal model, which it doesn't contain any light resource. You see here, yeah, this is the normal light. Here, I also have the default light. I can show you. For example, this one. You see, these are the light, right? I just put one. Okay, this turn to the ceiling. See, actually, from the very beginning, you see there's no any lights inside. Yeah. If it is for the daytime design effect, it's fine for daytime effect. But if you want really precise to have the result, at least you have to create something. For example, the light bulb, right? You need a basic light bulb because is the where the light comes, and then you need to control with the luminance. talking about lights resource, first, the thing is that we need to have at least one resource, that one where the light can come, right? If you don't have any lights, but you have the angle to take a view, if you have any IES format or the file to put in here, it will really look strange. So the first thing, if you want, you can go to Advanced Tool to create some light resource with the custom modeling. If you have any, for example, the related like the light bulb or the light 3D product, you can also upload here, my account, do the uploading here. Yeah. And this way, actually, I created the custom modeling. This is just purely a ball. Yeah, a ball with the aluminum product, you see. Yeah, today I'm going to directly show you the easiest way, custom modeling. Yeah, this way is really, really easy. Sometimes you think that, maybe you need to, maybe I need to draw something. I need to do the like the offset or anything to go the loft, sweep. No, nothing else. You just need to use the sphere. This time we still use the custom modeling. You got a sphere here, right? So first you just need to put, all you need to do is just to putting the element inside the case. This is the sphere from the modeling library. And then you just need to control. For example, radius, very small, 25. See, very, very small, but it's fine. If you need to control it afterwards, it's fine. You see, you can have the position. You just need to first to change the basic data and then try to put at a proper position. Here, radial, and then you have the longitude and the latitude segment. That's the phrases. The phrases you need to separate them. You can try. I think you can use the maximum phrases number 64. Yeah, you can try this. And then this one will be purely a sphere, right? And then you can just check about, you don't have to do a slide, just check about the key thing is that material. Here you have the material option. You can also use this one, material library. We already provide you with the aluminum material. This is the light resource. Yeah, this is the main light resource to control. You can click. Okay, this time we have some of the elements. Okay, although they are all called luminous, but it's fine because you see actually it just represents about the different color temperature. See, and of course even this time you can ignore that. But the key symbol is not the color temperature; is the PBR. It refers to our real-time material editing. So if you have this symbol, which means actually these are all controllable, or if even you turn to the render, the real-time rendering, you can also to control, also have the last chance to control the light effect, the strength, the how strong the light is, or the color temperature before you go to the final render. Okay, so just pay attention. The key thing is not the color temperature, is the PBR, this symbol. All these they can't be changed or to modify. So just pay attention about this. Okay, and even this time you can just roughly select one and then to put. And also you see now we have the object and material. Okay, click here. You can also edit the real-time material. Okay, this is kind of a function that stay mainly with our material editing. Yeah, this also allows you to control. Yeah, for example, you just need to check. You see here, the default setting is the map. You can change to color, and then you can change with the different color. Okay, here just pay attention. If you want to have a warm feeling, then you'd better make it more obvious. Don't select a very light, because here we light color is really helpless. You see here, because if you turn to the luminous energy, it will turn to purely white. So if you want to the light get maintained, yeah, to make it more obvious for the light. You see, now even I turn to 3.9. Okay, still it goes with the warm color, warm feeling. So just pay attention about that. You can also change here to take a preview. Yeah. Talking about this index, the luminous energy in our system, okay, this one is just purely calculation. You don't have to understand all the process. You just need to know the normal range for us, for the normal using for our indoor design using is around the 3 to 5, the index, okay, 3.0 to 5. Yeah, if you really want it to be soft or to be weakened, you can just turn to 2.5 around that. Okay, but just pay attention about the color temperature. So you can get a quick preview here, but my suggestion, of course, normally 3.0 with the like the orange, the color, okay, is not just directly with the yellow. Okay, so safe. And now you can have the lights. Okay, just wait for the time. Okay, when they update successfully, you can turn to the 2D view. Okay, now what you need to do is to change in the position. Okay, or you just need to duplicate as well to put at the center of the lights. Okay, and then drag, push and pull. You see, now I put in the proper position. Once I put it in the proper position, and then I can have the light. Yeah. If you have so many, you just need to duplicate or use the linear array. The same. Okay, and then you click finish. But still, that's not the end, because if you turn to, for example, the render, take a look. I forgot to delete. It's fine. This one. Just delete that useless one. Okay, delete. Yeah. And then if you turn to the render, let's activate another indoor daytime. Yeah, this is the real-time rendering, the function. And you can get a well controlled, but this time is not related to the light source. The light source already put the sphere represent as the light bulb. But if you want to still this one can be lighted up, then you need to use the circle area, okay, circular area light. This is something we seldom use, actually. As a matter of saying, we seldom use this one because we frequently use rectangular, right? But this one, if you want it to be properly lighted up, you need to use the circular, okay? And then to click and put. Still, position, light bulb, circular, to put. And also this time, don't forget to change. For example, the light this lighting color will be represented to related to the real product lights. For example, normally for the entire dining area or the bar area, it's around 3,500 Kelvin. This is the lighting color. Okay, and then the brightness you can control from the 500, and then here the key thing is the height and then the radius. Okay, so first control the height. You can just turn, okay, just turn it here. Let's check in 3D. First to put, okay, put on, see, this of course is collide, right? But it's fine. Why? Because actually we do have the radius, okay, 150. Let's check. if it is okay. You can check on the okay on the top of the light, because for this time when you check here you can see if it is uh, oversized or not. For example, now I can just 135 to limit the size, and now the border is successfully disappeared, right? And then you can see now you can have the proper lights. Actually, the real product, it contains the light, and here it's half transparent on the top, and then the lights will coming out. Both at the center and also from here. We just now using this kind of a way to do the simulation, so you can see the effect. Okay, and if you really want to have more effect on this area, you can also add up another thing we called the ambient light effect. This is something not represented by those light resource, but it will really it will contain highly effect on the entire area. So for example, now you can see we can directly use the downlight. Okay, this time this is the ambient light. Okay, it simulates the ambient light. One or two, both you can use that, and then click to put. But this time control the height. Okay, you can control the height. First, still to touch the surface, touching the surface, and then read out. This is the height. If you want it proper, you need to add up 300. Add up 300 uh, based on this index. This is the height above the floor, but I need 300 more. That's around 1.9 meter, right? This is the height. And then you need to control also the light color temperature. Let's make it more smooth. Okay, 4000 Kelvin. Brightness, of course, you don't have to make that really, really big. So you can just limit them. See, now you have a proper light coming inside and also light up the area. This will be the best. This will be the best. Of course, if you want it more weaker, more soft, you can turn to around 100, but still it's fine for the entire light. Yeah. Or even I have one extreme error because a situation, because I don't want this one to be overexposure, the light resource itself. So I can also make it weak, make it weak. This one only 80, but I can just continue to drag to put down. You see, now it will be better. See. So is it okay for you? This is something really simple and basic for the light controlling. Actually for a light, it's not a light source. It's not only related to the light itself. We also add up some manual effect. We also need to have some of the ambience, and they will finally form out a very suitable combination of the light. Is it okay? Yeah, if you have any questions, you can ask. Is it okay for you? Yeah. This is something really related to manually changing. Yeah, then you know how to do it. Yeah. If not, uh, if you just directly use, for example, the light format, the customized light format, the system will only provide you, maximally saying, only provide you a rectangle area light. Okay, they will not provide you for all this rest. And here, even sometimes you see there's no light bulb, no anything. So that's why if you want to get it well controlled for most of the product, You can use like that. Of course, some of the products like the chandelier light with the candle, the design with the so many decor, or even like the diamond bling bling feeling, those things, actually, the system will provide not only the light resource, but also it will also provide with the rectangular area lightings. So sometimes you can rely on the system, but if your product there's no light at all, your your choice of the luminous product, if there's no any light resource, you got to use like this. Yeah, of course, for if you really prefer some of the chandelier light, but there's still no light resource, then you have to directly change the material. Yeah, for example, like the changing the material, click the candle lights, and then you change this resource. We also use the material here. You see, we also have the aluminum product. Okay, you can also put it onto it. I just give you a demo. You see, that's how it goes. Here, the light itself also light it up, give you the wrong demo. You see, yeah, but that's of course not you want, right? So just pay attention about this. Okay, so this will be the first. Okay, this is a function. We can try to do some of the decors, and then continually speaking, this will be, I think it will be quite familiar to you, right? The 5 steps to do the design ceiling. The ceiling and the wall actually in our tool it shares almost the same logic, right? And in step 2, we already have the light strip, right? So for the light strip, today I'm not going to give you the course related to all the decor elements for all the constructions. No, I won't talk too much about that. I just need to let you know some of the basic, okay, the principle or how you control it. So first thing, let me just do a very simple showing. Just directly draw out, right? Offset extrusion 300 and then click the boundary. Yes, the light strip here. You can see the intent or the external. Most of the time I prefer to use the intent because the real boundary is locked. Yeah, it won't goes along with the different choices and then it will goes more. See, now the change. So that's my preference. Of course, you can have your own. Okay. Here, this is the intent lamp belt, light through light strip, and also don't forget the color temperature. Most of the time for indoor interior design, you can. I suggest you'd better change the color to warm feelings. The warm yellow, light yellow, the creamy style, it all belongs to the warm feelings. Okay. Brightness default setting, you can just make it the default setting. It's fine. But now the key thing, it comes with the section edit. You see here, actually in our tool logic, it is the step 3. Once you activate the light strip, you need to control the section edit. Okay, so here you can click, and then this actually refers to this one. Okay, I drag in order to let you know better. See, this is the viewing. This is the viewing of here. But the key thing is that you need to know you can control the position of light strip itself. This is the light through. This is the light strip. What you need to know is that actually you can move to different position, and the different position it will represent the different result. So today I here show you the position it shows. So first thing, if you let the system get a default setting, most of the time, I said, most of the time here, the light strip will be really low, in low position, and what will refer to the result is that your light, okay, is highly limited by the light through. See, That's why when sometimes you see some of the default design, the effect, it only allows here the area, here, this area, they've been lighted up. But suddenly, with the boundary, in this position, you got a very strong boundary. It stopped. The light stopped because due to the light effect, right? So this will be the default setting, which is not so good. And if you see something here, like this one, it is too high, and it will see a strong shadow, yeah, very obvious shadow on the wall. Although you can see, okay, for the ceiling, it's really soft. It's flat and it can be lighted up. But here you see, well, not so good, right? The shadow is not so good. So that's why actually where we suggest you to manually do the changing is that to put this light strip just beneath, okay, under the top of the light through this position, just right under it. Yeah, don't get over boundary, don't get too high, because here what we need to have is a very soft, okay, very smooth deduction of the strength, okay, and also position you can turn it back a bit. Yeah, because you don't want the boundary to be really obvious to be seen. So just pay attention here. Okay, this will be our suggestion. So you can see this is at the middle, and you can see here. This even for the position is just touching the corner, which is actually not so good. The best thing you can see is like this. Okay, it's really smooth. The shadow here is not that obvious. Okay, the ceiling is lighting up. So this is the light strip position, okay, with a different effect. And also talking about some of the reverse suspended ceiling, you see sometimes like this one. This also something related to reverse because you have the light here, you have the light here, light strip. So this time you can changing the position, changing the dimension as well. For example, this time you can put the light strip to get closer to the outside corner, okay, outside the bottom corner, and make a different reflections at least twice. You see, one time, two time, and here you can see the result. So this is the reverse suspended ceiling. How can we control that? You can directly turn to here. Let me just clear everything. Okay, still the same offset. At this moment, set a different extrusion. Okay, and this time you see the boundary. And now what you need to do, oh, here, just one thing I forgot to mention is that the gap, okay, between the outer boundary to the inner, you need to limit them. Yeah, you can't just leave it too big. Sometimes we just leave around 180 or 200 like that. Yeah, very small. This don't leave too big. Okay, don't leave too big a boundary. And then set the extrusion still 300. And this moment, click that. You can set, okay, still set intent, okay, and also lights. Session edit this time, control, okay. Don't get it too high because if you make it too high, because here you see what you need to put is very low, the position. If it is too high, sometimes the hidden away, the lights hidden away, really not so good, looks not so good. So you can control, for example, to over only 60. Okay, this one you don't have to change, or if you want, you can change to around 120 or even 100 minimum. Yeah, and then you can put it like this. And now here it will look good. But of course, you can try to use here. You see, we also had at the corner line. If you want, you can also add some curve angles to cover, to guide the light to get more smooth the reflection. Yeah, use the curve lines. Let me try to find one. I try this. Okay, so for example, something like this. Okay, it's very smooth, and then the lights coming out will be like this. Okay, the reflection. And then actually you have one wall, right? You have one wall here. It's not that big. Directly, you have the more lights coming from this side. See, so this will be better if you want to use. Of course, you don't have to make it quite big. 150 is enough. This one as well. Okay. So this is how we do that. And finally, don't forget click. Use the duplicate. No need to click one line by another. You just need to click the center and done. So actually, in total, we have different ways to control the light. This time, I'm not talking about some basic building, the construction, the component, but this time I am telling you how to control the light effect. Okay, these are the elements you can see. And also, not only for the ceiling, but also for the walls. You see, actually, you can also use this element to get it well controlled. One thing I need to mention is that actually in our tool, for example, I just get quickly jump from the ceiling to the wall. Yeah, just by clicking here. And then just pay attention. Nowadays, for the latest updating, for example, if you have any thickness, 150, for the walls, okay, the internal belt, the same. For the walls, you can just make it also, okay, closer because the lights will come here, make it more smooth, okay. And then if you want to pave any elements on the side of the wall, then you will find that actually for our latest updating, we already helped you to automatically get this area, okay, to get the session area well prepared. See, now we have this session area being well prepared, and then you can have the proper effect. Okay, so these are some updatings that I would like to let you know. And also, some of you have another scenario. Let me just undo it. For example, sometimes it is the layout. Actually, it is due to the layout because let me do the clear editing. Sometimes maybe you have this scenario that doing some of the decor like this. You have some decor walls with the light strip, but here it happened to leak out the area position. So let me give you the sample, the wall editor. Okay, yeah. Sometimes, for example, you have the some decor walls like this. Yeah, 300. No need 300. 150 is enough. And then also, I just simply do that. Internal belt. Click, duplicate, duplicate. But you see, for the light here, see, some exposure boundary will be really ugly to be seen, right? But how can we control that? How? Actually, the way is really extremely easy, you see. Click the line, okay? Click this line. We can get this line being separate, split to two segments, and then click the dot, the center dot. Now you just need to control with, let's say, 10, okay? Very, very, very tiny phrase, and then click again the internet bell, which means you close that phrase. At this moment, get it well controlled. Yeah. It won't affect your result if you want to continue put any elements onto the wall. Still, the boundary can be covered. But the key thing is that here it will no longer be seen for the sessions. Is it okay for you? Just pay attention about this tiny detail, right? It's not that hard, actually. It's just with some one or two skills or just tricky tips. Okay, so these are the elements. So, do you have anything you want to see for the cases? Here, I just show you some of the demo for this. Do you want to see anything? Yeah, you can tell me via the chatting box. What is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? Yeah, which you want to see about the lights. Okay, just mainly about the construction lights. Yeah, today we are going to talk about the light resource. You have anything? Can you render to view in reality? Yeah, of course. You mean this one, right? Okay, allow me to put some of the element at least. Let's do for example, I just put some tiles or stones or marble. Okay, I just roughly put some. Okay, and then this cover, this side if not covered, it's fine because I can turn to, for example, the material and component. Yeah, because this will be a kind of a good helping of for me to get this. Okay, double click, connect faces to confirm. And you see the full cover, and then turn back to the quick render. Indoor daytime, reality, okay, 2K, clipping a bit. Check about this. Yeah, you can also choose your preference, which you specifically want to see. Yeah, actually for this, okay, this kind of a scenario, just pay attention. We seldom directly use the wall editor to create to get the extrusion. This kind of thing nowadays we already have the niche. Okay, just during the waiting, I can show you for this. Turn it back. We can directly use the niche floor plan. Get this one niche, and then click and drag, and it's done. Yeah. Then you just directly go to the wall editor. You can have all the elements. Yeah, and even these two areas they are separated. They can be controlled independently. And then the lights, actually what you need to do is just to use the customize light, the normal one we use. So for example, if you just seeing some of the viewing like this one, you can turn back, for example, to the render. Yeah, I just give another customer lights. Yeah, this is also the very basic way we create manually to create our light resource onto the wall, for example, using the rectangular to drag this one rectangular area to drag to put. Yeah, make it very thin, the width only around the 50, but the light effect 3200 Kelvin brightness. Now turn to 1200 and then put into right position. Now check in 3D to check if you already have that in proper positions. So you can see now we have it. Yeah, just need to check about the different height, maybe 1.7 meter, and it's fine. For the rest part, you just need to do the paving. It's nothing else. Yeah, and then you can see, no, it's not coming out. Well, just leave that because we already have the result. See, actually, we have the light. We do have the light. Okay, so can we just continue? This one is due to the too bright here. Maybe it's hard to see, but actually, when you turn to another angle for the viewing angle, the preview angle, you already see that. Yeah, we have the light. Okay, so continue. Now we move forward a bit. Some irregular ceiling with the light strip. You see, actually, these kind of scenarios, if you want to build up, of course, first you need to prepare for the construction of the ceiling. This time we borrow from the side of the wall. We just actually draw the section and then to set the extrusion or even use the material and component to push and pull. That is enough. But how about this? The lights. How about those lights? The light we suggest that use the customized rectangle light as the light strip. Yeah. So here, what you need to do, okay, what you need to do is just to have, for example, still clear. I just show you some of the basic logic. For example, in order to check with the proper positioning, let me just put the doors and window to mark out the directions, and then seeing here, I can go to the material and component. As you can see, you can directly use the arc, okay, or even polygon. Most of the time I use the arc first to mark out the basic, okay, these are the basic the shape. Then you can use the arc to draw. Yeah, make it smooth. Most of the time try to make it really smooth. And then you can delete the useless one, delete the useless boundary, this as well. See, now you can have, of course, you can have so many different shapes, combinations, but just draw the section surface and then just push and pull. See, push and pull, and now you have that. Okay, and of course, if you're talking about some of the constructions, let me change for the area of the light strip. For example, here, still using the function, this. Okay, now you got the boundary, the height. This is actually the boundary to hide those elements. Okay, I just roughly draw the section. Of course, you can just change into the more precise the detail. Delete the useless part. Yeah, and also drag. to get more precise position. Of course, the really precise size, you can just actually use the measure. When you do the push and pull, you can read out the depth of the door, or for the for the room. Okay, delete the wrong. Okay, just leave the gap with the area, or you can just draw the boundaries. Delete all this. Okay, some of the chamfer corner, whatever it goes. Yeah, you can draw. And then you can have that. Then when you turn to the render, for example, when you turn to the render, you can either here, you see, we leave some gaps, we leave even the space, the surface. You can also turn to the luminance product. You can also search for the luminance. If you don't have that, you can also create or upload. Okay, so actually here, this is something from the previous time I just create. And if you want to use those elements, here I give you a suggestion. Turn back to the workspace, and you can use here the personal library to upload, okay, the texture, upload. And once you click, you can have the real-time material access. This is the real-time material access. And then when you want to use, okay, this tool to create some material, I suggest you can just save as the tag, a quick tag. This one, save the the this page, because this actually is a kind of a independent uh, the installed, okay, independent plugin. And what you need to do is just to select this luminous. This is the luminous body. And remember here, effect default is map. We don't need a map. We need a color. The same. See, luminous energy 3. Okay, and even you can have the opacity, but no. Normally for lights, you just need to remain with the maintain index. And the key thing here is the save. Okay, size is fine. The name, your whatever you want, form light. And here, render catalog. The key thing here, render catalog, you need to select the furnishing material. The key thing it shows. Yeah, remember, furnishing material. Okay, you need to select the last one, because if you select the furnishing material, all the light effect will turn to both, for example, finishings and furnishings. Even if you want to use the brush to brush everywhere, you can use the, okay, furnishing, remember, save. And then you can have, okay, then you can have in your personal uploadings. Of course, you need a time, several minutes to waiting for the uploading. Then you can pay. This is the one that I last time I did. So you can have that. Or you can just turn to the render, the customize lights, to put manually to put the light, manually to put the rectangle light. Okay, so this thing, I think for your side it's not that hard, right? all this included with the different lights. You can choose either two of it. First, material in real time, material editor, or you can use the customer light. Either, okay, either this or this. Is it okay? Is it okay for you? Hello, hello, hello. Can you see? Can you hear? Yeah, because I'm not sure because here now the signal seems like unstable. Is it okay for your side? Okay. If yes, then I think it's fine. I then continue. Okay. So how about this? Something new. Tiles with LED strip. See, even here, even with some of the decors, embed light, LED light. Do you need to see this? How we do this? Do you need? If not, then I would just skip. You want it or not? You want how to see or not? This one? Hello, hello, hello? Hello? If okay, I will continue, right? So talking about this kind of a scenario, right? Uh, Actually, it contains two things. First, on the ceiling, here, actually, the logic is the same. Okay, these two scenario, this on the or this on the ceiling. This embedded light strip actually it shares the same logic when you want to do it. You can directly create some of the path. Yeah, you can directly draw something, or you want you can upload. Of course, you can upload some of the models or even the CAD file. But this time, I just show you some basic drawing. Okay, so turning back. Still turning back. Okay, this time, for example, I show you some on the floor. Actually, in the ceiling wall floor editor, we have this kind of a thing called a linear light. See, this is the function that you can just quickly to draw to draw uh, some of the light path. Okay, this is for the light path. And then you see here, once you're holding down the shift button, it's only each time 45 degrees to change. For example, now I need just for, let's say, 400, and I will enter. And then continually, you can see, holding down shift button, 400, continually. Okay. Now we had the path, but Actually, for rendering currently, for the render is still nothing. Then you need to change. For example, the process type, actually this is for the linear light. Okay, embed 200 with the light. The key thing here is the width. For example, got 15, and then you turn if you turn back turn back to the, for example, uh to the render here, actually it will shows. So this one easily to solve. Okay, and also nowadays actually we do have for the free lines as well. For example, sometimes for the ceiling, if you want to not you don't want to use the linear, you can directly use the free lines, that drawing. Okay, so this will also create with the here, it will also allows you to create, okay, to create some of the quick path. Okay, this time is pure, okay, this purely flat. There's no gap, no extrusion. And then what you need to do, you can just put, okay, to put the positions, for example, of the lights of the corner baselines. So this will be also helpful to use this one. But most of the time, I suggest if you have anything, you can use this one, the curve line or the double line. Double line is also available, you see. For example, if I want to have specific controlling for the light strip, you can directly using this. And then also put the element. For example, just now we have the warm light. Now you can have, okay, you can have a light strip. Yeah, even continually, let's say I want to make it continued to the from the boundaries. Okay, I can mark down this number. This is on the ceiling, and then continue. Here, you see, continue with the double line, upload. See, the lights can be continued. Okay, so this was available. But for some other curved lines, you'd better uh, later use some of the, for example, the CAD file, because you don't, if you don't not sure how can we curve that, or use the custom modeling, we can manually to draw some curve line. Later I will show to you. And also, for example, this one, okay, this kind of the decker wall with the light strip, okay, the backend light strip, I will show you something really, really simple to build up. Yeah. Before that, I think for your side, it's hard to uh, analyze or think about how can we solve that, right? Because actually, you have the dual surface, you have the gap between the walls, and you have the light strip. Also, you need to have the curve. Yeah, looking like the chamfer ways, but it's really complicated from the very beginning of the thinking. But if you want, here, let me show you. Still, just take a quick look. Advanced tool. This time we use the custom modeling. Okay. Today, indeed, is a kind of a tool show. I will show you some of the very, very helpful functions, tools that solve some of the design scenario. Okay. So here, still rectangle. Basically, draw on the floor. Okay. Let's draw out this kind of the walls, and then the easiest way of set, of course. Okay, settle, let's say 120 the thickness, and then end up here, end up here. Yeah, it's auto snapped. Delete, delete this one, delete this one, and then you can use the bevel to D. Okay, click, or turn to 3D. Ah, it's on the wall. Okay, it's fine. See, now I can have a kind of a chamfer corner. The chamfer radius, let's say 500, and the number of the symbol edge, most of the time 30 is enough. Okay, and then the back end here as well. Holding down Shift button. Now we have, okay, we already have a dot. So this one will be just now is 500, and you need to add up the thickness. For example, I think it's 700. Oh, maybe too thin. Oh, I remember 120. So yes, this one 500 plus 120, 620. Yes. Now here it remains with the same thickness. Push and pull. Okay. Remind me the gap. And then here, using the bevel 3D, click, and then 300. Okay. Edges 30. Here the same. Click, enter. That's not the end. Now, holding down Shift button, double click. Okay. You can drag. Okay. You can drag quite a bit. For example, to put it here. Now, if you want to mark all the boundary as the light strip, you can directly use this one. Yeah, quite a few of you asked before the class that how can we use the scenario-based model related to the light strip? Yeah, they don't know what exactly it is. So this time I just show you this one. Okay, continuous light strip. First, click one surface, but that's not the end. You can continually to click. See? Or just clicking. Okay, after finished, click the empty area. Now you can also get this all the control. For example, the brightness. This time turn to 10,000 percentage. Sorry, 1,000 percentage. You don't have to worry about. Normally, this one is good. Width you can control, but 40 it's fine. The key thing is that actually for these elements, you see, now it's a kind of models. And you can also, once you finish the creation, once you click that, okay, you can even to get it move. See now my moving? Yeah, you can move and then just change it a little bit lower, okay? Just get a tiny bit different and even lower the height because you don't want this anymore. You just need to put them under the floor and it's fine. Finally, for all these elements, what you need to do is just put them back, right? What you need to do is to directly put them back, of course, group them before, okay? And don't forget, still leave the tiny gap for just onward the surface of the wall. And now it's finished. It's nothing else. Yeah. So quite easy. Just you know how to use the small, the tiny tool. Okay. So bring this is very easy. Bring this. All right. Is that okay? Is that okay? Okay, great. Okay, let's continue. By the way, do you need this one? Do you need this area? How to build this? Yeah. Need it or not? This kind of a washing room. Yeah. And this one, I really suggest that you use the custom modeling. Yeah, it will be quite easy to have. This kind of light strip, the light strip in bed. Do you need to see this or not? Need it or not? Or we just analyze, okay? Yeah. I think I don't have to do all this. I just can help you to analyze. So first, actually, you need to draw some shapes. Okay, draw some shapes. Here, rectangle. Here, the curved line. You know how to do this one? This. Yeah, the key thing actually is this divided, half opened, divided area. And then all these segments you can also draw. By the way, do you need that? If you need, I will take time to show you this one. Okay, so I think I'd better give you a demo. Okay, so door opening, of course. First is the door opening, and I will use a certain area to build up. Width would be 1.6. Okay, the height, make it higher, 2.4. Okay, showing this still advanced tool, custom modeling. First, we still need to form out the very basic, okay, very basic construction. Rectangle from the point to point. Let's say I believe here is less than middle. So middle point, move left a bit, continually draw one of the boundary. Also this one, bevel, because you see we got this chamfer, bevel 2D. Okay, edges 30 phrases, chamfer, tuck in a very small one, 150, let's say. So push and pull. You can see here, push and pull. Pure thickness, and then rectangle, bring them back. Okay, now still you go with the bevel 2D. This one, remain the same, 300. This one, same, 300. Still, draw back. Now delete the useless part, push and pull. And also don't forget rectangle. Yeah, still we need a surface. Continue the surface. I think here still I need a smooth curve. But it's fine because I already have this kind of a boundary. Yeah, it's fine. So don't worry. Move up. Still. Level. 150. And then copy back. Delete the center part. We can continue with this tiny section. This one as well. Point to point. Okay. We already have this point, so point to point is this part to this part. And then turn back also the same. Delete that useless line. Delete the useless surface. Yeah, we almost form out the basic. And actually, if you want a surface here, rectangle, same. For example, 240, this 120 thickness, okay? And then if you want, continue to build up. I need a reference line to help me. So here, click, for example, 20 and 20, that part as well, 20 times 20, 20 times 20, okay, delete the endpoint, delete the useless line. Now, if you want all this continued, click, holding down your shift button, click that continue line, and then don't forget we got a sweep, click, okay. So you can also holding down the shift button to do this, sweep, the selected object. Okay, I know. Duplicate. Try this after you duplicate. Swipe. Yes, now you can do it. Click, click. If it is not correct, you can divide the line to try. For example, now I just part by part, bit by bit, do this. See, just part by part. Yeah, continue. And done. Of course, you can have all these places. See, all these places to connect. You can click, okay, holding down shift button. You can connect the faces. Yeah, to select all these element. Then I know why it disappeared now. It's due to this one. point. Do the project. Moving that this side is fine. So, okay. Yeah, now it's fine. See. Then you can continue and then to click the boundary. This time, give the material. Yeah, you can here see, even in the material library, when you click upload, you still have the light. Yeah, you still have the light. Just continually to push to put all these elements, and then you can have one. And also for this area, what you need to do is to click and holding down the shift button. You see we have the face connecting. Okay, and then do the paving edit. And then you can see in this part, actually, we do have this edit paving. What you need to do is, of course, to draw with the rectangle. Still, for example, a big one, just make a thing like a 10. Yeah, this one as well. You just need, okay. I thought I can duplicate by this time. Seems that drawing would be better. Okay, 10. And then delete the center line. This area still, okay, still you can use the material, okay, to give the paving. Just roughly give one paving. And then if you want, you can just, for example, turn to the render to give the your uploadings, or you just upload with the material into the paving editing is also available. So this will be some different methods. Yeah, you can just directly give the luminous product and then finish that. So this is the solution. Actually, you can finish that drawing. And also some more special using for our tool or something like this one and this one. Actually, for first here, you see, this is kind of a linear light strip, but it's on the section surface. This time, we actually provide you a very simple way to create. For example, still here, I'll just give you a sample. For example, still offset, extrusion, 300. And then what you need to do here is to select external but without light through. I do it again, okay? First, you need to draw out the outer shape, draw out the boundary, set extrusion, and then here click the line. We got this external expansion belt, but without the light through, with light strip. Still color, then section edit, click this, okay, click this light strip, settled to the certain distance to the top ceiling. For example, let's set to 180 and then click duplicate. What you will have You see, it's like this. Yeah. So these are very, very modern design style with the decker linear lines, embed linear lines like this. Something like this will highly related to the corner molding, to the token moldings. So these also available, but just pay attention. Actually, we do suggest we get the set extrusions. Yeah, we need a set extrusion of the walls as well. Yeah, so this one maybe if you really want to take a look, you can turn back to material and component. Yeah, turn to this material and component, and it's something related to the uh, moldings. This one, molding. Yeah, you see, actually we do have some of the luminous skirt line. Yeah, it does contain the lights. See, this is something, what you need to do is just to put, and then it will show. Okay, of course, before that, wall extrusion, you can either draw or you just settle with the walls. Okay, but just pay attention about this 19-degree angle. This angle you don't have to worry about, but this angle you need to use the closed corner. Okay, to close to end this two area to get it closed, because you set extrusion here, you set extrusion here, then it will have a 19-degree corner gap. Then you need to use this one to create the closed corner. Okay, so this one is fine. This one just now we've seen. Okay, this scenario we just now see that you can directly use the lines to draw the lines. But how about this one? How about this? Kind of a curve, right? Do you want to see that? Okay. This scenario actually for our tool, currently we can build like a roughly build up one or two. Let me show you still here, not in this, okay, in the custom modeling. Okay, in custom modeling, you see we have the rectangle. Okay, just to first draw a section, make it draw the bigger one, and then line, delete the part, push and pull. This time 200, make it thicker, just in order to let you know. Okay, holding down Shift button. You see here, you can use the paving edit, or I suggest we directly use 2D. Yeah, draw the boundary, click, split into three parts. Same here, split to three parts. Now, rectangle, endpoint to endpoint. Don't forget our uploading warm light, and then turn to 3D. Okay, group up. And now borrow the reference line, mark out a dot. Yeah, either the center or the boundary is fine. And the key thing here, you need to have the reference line, but this time with the arc line or bezier curve segment as well. Okay, this one is free drawing for you, tessellation 100. And then start with the point here. Okay, and what you need to do is to draw the lines. Now you can change, for example, change to mirror, to the no mirror, either use this. You see, now it's free drawing. Each time you draw anything, you need to mark out the proper position, to mark out the proper area. I think I don't have that high, I don't have that much length, so bingo, just roughly drawing something. Okay, tessellation 100. Every tessellation turn to 100 now. Exit editing, and this time use the pass band. First click here and then click the lens. Ooh, I think I draw the minus. Yeah, I don't need that much. I draw the minus angle. So change again. Yeah, this time we'll just draw something simple. Give that point to this point. Continue. Okay. Pass bending. Ah, I got it. The directions. Yes. Don't worry. Click. Okay. Then you need to change the angle. Yes, you see? Now it should be a y-axis rather than x. You need to change to y. For the y negative or positive, it means the direction. And then tessellation 100, which means it will be really smooth. Okay? And then after everything settled, you can click here, apply to model. Now this model you can directly use. And also it's with the light strip. See, feels like imagine, right? Like kind of a magic game, but it's with the way, yeah, has been. And last time, some of you already asked how this function works, because I remember last time the tool show we just see the bend. How about the pass bend? Actually, you can use like this. Yeah. So is it okay? Is it okay for here with the light? So you can also control by controlling the lights, by controlling the boundaries, you can form out this. Okay. And also some other topic related to the light strip. You can see light strip inside the customized unit for this kind of a scenario. This kind of an old topic. Maybe some of you already know, but here I would like to show you. I would like to show you the light strip inside it. It's not only the the horizontal direction, but also that like the vertical, even for the luminous background, the backboard. Here this with the this it requires combination. from real-time material editor to the backend panel. So first, let me just show you the basic. For example, still turn to the kitchen and bath or closet, maybe better. So I just need the open cabinet, show you the very basic one. Okay, as you can see in the closet, we actually once you put any element like the single open unit, yeah, this time is just easier for you to see. You can click, you see, you can directly click the side panel, and then here for the default setting we already prepared for the light. You change with the style. You see we got this, okay, G light strip side panel, and then once you click, you see now it really contains the embed light strip, and then panorama. You can go with the changing. This is the group position, the lamp bell group position. Make it center or up front as you prefer. So you can also change, okay, change to the different dimension. For example, you can settle distance from the position. For example, give a 20, give a 50, changing. You see, now it's really changing. Depth, no need to change. Width, this time due to your preference. And also, you can change with the light. Okay, change it to the different status. Reverse under. So it will also leave the gap. The same here. The right side, you can also using the changing way. And for the panels, you just directly go to the part. We got this panel, light strip, okay? And just select what you want. For example, the strip light shelf. And also, don't get so quick to turn to the panel array because we do have the controllings, okay? We do have some more controllings, for example, the group. Okay, this one, yeah, you see? Center, front, almost the same. Yeah. If you want to make it with a better looking, you'd better just make the horizontal and the vertical position remain the same. For example, let me check. I forgot how much for this. I settle with the 50, I think. So this one, yeah, settle to the same thickness, same position. Okay, after you finish one setting, then you can turn to the panel array and it's done. The same side here. Okay, so with the different position, it will show the different viewings. For example, sometimes front, sometimes back. This is the viewing for the back. This is the viewing for the front. Yeah, and you can also get it well controlled. And for the bottom side for the unit, it's the same. You can also double click and then change. Yeah, we do have some of the basic setting for the bottom uh, light strip panel, and then you just need to switch. For this part, you just need to use the customize lights to manually to put the site. Yeah, this time you don't have to change the material. It's better to directly use some of the customize light tool. Just directly to put 1 line, 2, 3, 4, 5 like that. Okay, and also if you turn to the render, the format will always give you this choice. If you have the light strip, the group light strip panel, most of the time we suggest we have one kind of a light resource. For example, the LED light, or sometimes like the downlight. Yeah, that's the one kind of a light resource. And then you got the 10 kinds of a rectangle lights. Yeah, you can do. You can just take a look at uh, our light format. We have at least two kinds. This is for the ambient, for light up the entire internal zone. Okay, light up this area. But this very thin one, it's the simulation result of the light, the LED light. So we always have two kinds of rectangle light. This principle will always last for all the scenario in the customized units that those with the light strip. Okay, one kind of light resource and two kind of rectangle lights. Just remember that. Even sometimes if you want to manually to put all the elements, still it shows it works. This principle it works. Yeah, you can just put like that. Of course, for these slides, you can manually to align sorry, manage it to the array to different levels, and then try to put it inside of it. You can either use from the format or manually to put from everything blank. Yeah, the key thing is to get it well controlled. So just pay attention. I think for the color for the brightness is fine for the default setting, but just pay attention about the color temperature. Since you see actually most of our light, indoor design light is more like a warm yellow, right? So just pay attention about the controlling of the light ambience, and then it's fine. Everything's finished. And finally, all these lights, you see, what you need to do is just to put one the rectangle with 50, 50 thickness, okay, and 1200 brightness, 1200 brightness, okay, and it's fine. Just remember that. It's almost kind of universal law to do the render. Yeah, just show you adding out another. So this is the light. It's automatically placed. See here, it's automatically placed, and color temperature is changing, right? And if you want to manually to give that LED all the simulation of the light strip, my suggestion is here. Yeah, just now we tried the niche. It's the same length. Actually, it's the width 50, the length due to your certain requirement, and then here 3500, brightness 1200 percentage. Yeah, then whatever it goes, it will always work. Yeah, especially when you put the element, this element next to the wall, you can see. See, this is the scenario and the effect. And also don't forget, okay, if you want to control that, you can either click the part or click the arrow. And also just remember to check. For example, to check about the height. If it is here, you see only, you see the difference? If it is only with the frame, the yellow frame, it means conflict with the panel. If it shows with the color, it means no conflict. Just pay attention how we can tell from the exact positions. Okay, so this is some tips for you for the customizing. Okay, and also something related to this. Uh, I can show you how to do it, but within the real-time material. Okay, it's up to your choice. You can either use the material called the you can either use the wall editor way or sometimes the end panel. Yeah, the key thing is not the way you build up the elements, but the key thing is how you can upload the certain element, like the luminous stone slide or the effect. Okay, the feeling like the marble with lights. So something related to that, you can still use here real-time material editor using the luminous body. But this time, for example, you can upload, you can upload some pictures. For example, let's say I have one kind of downloading the pictures, and then you upload, and then you can have the okay luminous energy with the effect. See, once I change, it's light up. It's with more light. Of course, if you want, you can change with the opacity. Here, you can also give the brightness changing. Yeah, it will be half transparent. So it's up to your choice. Here, I just use some change to some with more color. Yeah, light color, maybe sometimes it can't be see clearly, but with that light, I believe here you can see. Now with the light, see, right? With this is with the luminous. So save. Of course, this time render custom furniture material and save. And then you can use. Or if you want, using the finishing, you can select the furnishing material. It's the same. Even for tiles, if you want, you can save. Okay. So this will be some combination games. Yeah. Among those functions. Okay. And finally, the light strip in the staircase. Mm, I don't think for here the staircase is a kind of a big challenge because sometimes if you want to have this boundary, you have this duplicate regulation. What you need to do is just to use our scenario model, and then we create the surface. Here we create a surface. Or you see sometimes actually for the floors, you can also use the extrusion to build up. So I will first share with some uh, the, the steps, okay? Share with you with some steps. For example, still turn it back. Clear all decors. Floor editor. So for example, you can roughly build, or if you want, you can just draw very precise with rectangle and offset as well. Here, I just roughly show you some of the viewings. Okay, normally the different gap here remain indoor is about 150. So now you can see with the extrusion, you have the different height, right? And then all you need to do is click, yes, the intended lamp bell, okay? With the light through session, here it's controlling for the staircase difference. So 80 will be fine. Don't show the light strip. It's still within that, okay? And also this time you don't have to make it really spread away with the light. You just need to put around it. It's fine to control. And then duplicate. Now you have it. And then finally, for example, ties. If the See now everything is already with the pattern, with the pavings. Same. Yeah. Now our system already can help you to consider about this area. Yeah. If you really want to fill this area, the internal section area, you can also turn to material and component. Continually to use our tool, the brush, the material component, using the brush to give the inner section surface. This area without, okay? Yeah, but most of the time, if you render from the over the angle, the working angle like this, it's hardly to be seen. Yeah, if you have more requirement, you can just using this. Yeah, I think here it will be faster. See, comparing other session changing. See, okay, and also for the staircase, still the same. Advanced tool, custom modeling. Okay, the same. Yeah, last time we shared a uh, kind of open class, the webinar. We already taught you how to taught you how to use the scenario-based model on these different staircase. So today I just need to show you the basic operation way. For example, turn to the editable and then ungroup. Okay, ungroup until you can touch the each surface of the stairs and then draw the rectangle. This time I just need to uh, build up the section surface independently 20, and even using this function, remember Level 3D. Okay, 5, this click, and then of course this area rectangle 2D. Yes, give the endpoint to draw. Still to draw out. Okay, draw out the area, uploading this color, and then of course this one is not enough, not long enough, so continually move bigger. Okay, holding down shift button, group, putting at a position, or I just personally prefer the duplicate point to that point. Right, we finish one. We already have the light. Continually using the linear array. You don't have to remember all the dots. What you need to do is just click and put, okay, put under it, or just click. I think use some obvious dot is better. For example, the endpoint, this endpoint is better. Endpoint to endpoint, linear array, endpoint to endpoint. So calculating 16, it's finished. See. Now these all stairs with the step surface, and also with the light strip, and also even we finish the chamfer, right? And even for more stairs showing, well done. some showing bugs, but it's fine. For example, if you want to mm, want to use some of the changing directions, for example, here you can bend. Yeah, should be negative axis. Yes. See, you can also controlling with the elements, but this time for bend. Okay, overlay, maximize 33, 32. Okay, and then you can have now the angle, direction, 0 is fine. Still, you can control here with the side rod and rail expanding. Yeah. After that, you change them all, change to convert to editable model and then group them. You can also use the bending again. Now you have the curve line. Yeah, the curve stairs. So this will also be can be able to build up. Okay. So far, I think that's all for the different lights for the interior design. Yeah, they are quite a lot, but as you know, all how they count, and then you will find more than one chance, more than one solution to solve the scenario demanding. Okay, so today actually we've seen quite a lot. Okay, hope you have your trial, and then also I'm looking forward to see your trial and the excellent result. Okay, any more questions? Hello, hello. Yeah, is it okay? I'm not sure uh, if you can hear or see. Yeah, that's all for today. If there's no other questions, then I think I will end up the podcast. No other. No other questions? Okay, so if no other questions, I think that's the end of today. Thanks for watching. Yeah, hope we will see you next time. Bye bye.